so I was like forced to either uh, blast away or just die.
I like the Doran's Ring start. That's good. I don't like this though. Um,
But
so the obvious thing is one, you left base late, but um, you're not protecting from invades in any way. So if the enemy team decides they want to go try to come through here, take blue buff, you have no idea.
because I left base a bit late, I was thinking that if I went to blue buff
Yeah.
and they were invading, I would die. So
Okay.
I just decided to take
Yeah.
a lead early and
As long
kill
as
this
that
guy.
is the reason for you going in this brush, then that's fine. But if this is like something you do every game, then there's an issue.
What should I be standing so that I
Here.
protect from an invade? Oh, okay.
So then if they try to come through here, you'll see it. You can't, unfortunately, cover every direction. Ideally, someone would have this covered, but because of the ELO, that's not going to happen always. But it's whatever. At least have one covered. Okay. So in this matchup, for the first few waves, who has control over the lane?
Me.
Yeah. So you should be playing accordingly. We see Brand show here. Ezreal shows as well. Nasus hasn't shown up, so Mumu is probably starting topside. Chilling. Good, we poke him, we get his bone plating with Q. And I should be seeing you play for level 2. Oops, I didn't mean backspace. Good. Should be autoing this minion. Oh, okay, I don't like the Q. So we have some good things. One, you landed your Q, procced your passive. This is great. I also like that you backed off for multiple reasons. One, to drop minion aggro, but you also don't want to push too fast with your passive.
Yeah.
So that's good. But then you're one minion away from level 2. Yet you're not playing like it.
Oh.
Because you burn
Well,
Q right here.
yeah.
But instead, if you were focused on hitting the minion, getting it to level 2, then you could Q the minion while also Qing it Nasus. The Q would kill the minion, and then you could level up your E and hit with that as well. And now you don't have Q up when you do hit level 2. And so there's no way for you to actually force your advantage. Unless he does this. I don't know what this is.
Well, you will see what happened. I'm really embarrassed of this.
Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, when we're playing for level 2, this minion, I don't really care either way. But you want to be prepping for that. You would also, like, if you're going to go for the Q onto him, like I was saying, you could do it from here, depending on where he is. Since he's further back, you would want to stand behind this minion, and then you could auto and then go into him. But you don't want to be here where you can't reach him when you hit level 2. Because then, yeah, he's completely out of your range. Until he walks up. Here you have him screwed. He should die.
Well, you will see about that.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, I don't know what happens, but you've already screwed up by this point. Because he shouldn't be allowed to get behind you. So right here. Here we're good. Auto. Walk back, but instead you're clicking this way. But if
Yeah,
you
I thought
click,
he was going towards my direction.
yeah. But it's like, even if he is, why would you not click here? You don't want to give him this opportunity to get away. You have E. You're chilling. Speaking of, auto, Q here. You're Eing in melee range.
Yeah,
You want to E when he's out of range or after you've burned his flash. Land your passive. Behind him. Okay. You get a moon ganked or something? How do you not kill him? Or does he just absolutely break your ankles?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Exhaust. Exhaust. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So, a lot of mechanical issues. Okay. Come back in the lane. What's going to happen now with the wave?
Gonna cross.
Yeah.
I see jungle bot lane, so I can stand here.
Okay, but why?
What do you mean? I saw him click the how is it called? The blue thingy that gives you vision on bot lane.
Well, no. I'm not saying like why you see the jungler. I'm saying why do you need to be standing here? What do you gain from doing it?
Oh, so that I can poke him. That was what I was thinking.
Okay, let's see you poke him. I'm surprised that Q hit. But my point is that your goal right now, I would rather you just do like anything else because these minions are healthy and you just want to wait for this wave to push back into you. You could go and you could help Viego clear Scuttle, or you can maybe even look for a roam depending on what this unit does. But poking Nasus when he has, I think it's like 10%, yeah, 9% lifesteal in his kit, and he's farming under turret, you're not a poke champ as Mord. If you're playing Vayne, Teemo, something like that, this is fine. But it's not really accomplishing much when you're playing Mord. And you're also hitting the minions a bunch, which is keeping the wave under the turret, which is what he wants. He wants to just keep farming safely. You're not letting it push back into you. So if you were to stay here like you are, at least you would only want to be last hitting. You don't want to be throwing AoE abilities.
That applies to every champ, right?
What's that?
That applies to every champion, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As I said, unless you're a champion that can poke effectively. So like if you're playing Ornn, the same thing would apply if you're not wanting to just throw your Q and then watch. You can't really do anything under his turret as Ornn. But if you're playing something that does have the ability to poke, then it changes everything.
Yeah, I was doing that when I was playing GP.
Yeah. If you're playing GP, perfectly fine to do what you're doing. Because you have your Q, you have your barrels, you can do that. Just not with champions like Mord or Ornn. So now, I want to have the wave push into us. If he does anything really stupid, like he is now, then yeah, you can take a fight. You also have bone plating, and you're not playing around it at all.
I saw it as well. I saw it now. I was backing off when I just broke my bone plating.
Yeah, exactly.
That was bad.
Yeah. Could have hard won that fight. Now, look at that. You were standing in his E, and you're still slapping him. So, if you have...
You've lost.
Yeah. Okay. Slow push this wave, then shove the next one. The reason I said shove the next one is because if you look at the timing, like see your last hitting here, but look at where the next wave is. Here, or if I turn off fog, here. If you slow push this, the wave, the same wave is going to crash regardless of whether you slow push or shove this wave. So I would rather you just shove it as fast as possible so that you can leave earlier instead of last hitting.
What I was thinking is that that I wanted to crush it as at the same time as the enemy wave comes to turret, so that it slow pushes back to me. Or else you could just clear it and waves will meet in the middle again.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Either way, it's going to slow push back into you, but I think I understand what you're saying. So you're saying you wanted to make sure the minions were stuck here for a tiny bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, it was such a big wave
Yeah.
that maybe he
Yep.
didn't have the time to. Okay.
Yeah. It wouldn't have made a difference. Here's good. Chilling. Oh wait. Make sure it's here.
I think he kills me here. I walked up while I was level 4.
You're fine.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
He was good. Then the wave. A lot. It's not thin enough. Okay. Okay. Alright, we slipped up. So we had him in a good spot. Downside is he's got a massive XP advantage because of your death earlier. But we're okay here until you Q. What's the problem with the Q? Well, it's going to push the wave back into him. If you hold your abilities, then you can keep the wave right here. Because the last thing you want to do is push this wave while he's level 6 and you're not. Match this with Sheen and especially Exhaust. There is no way you're running from the dude. But fortunately, he pushes it back into you again. So hopefully you accept his offer. You do not.
What should I do?
Okay. As I was saying, like, when he throws his E here, and it's pushing into you, you just let it push into you. Because all you want to do is just hit level 6, be right here, and then you can do whatever you want when you're here. When you're here, Nasus wins, because he has more room to work with and chase you down with his Wither.
Oh,
But if,
that's right.
but if you're here, he can't chase you down because you got a turret.
Yeah.
Even
Even
then,
for his not letting
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah. So here, you trade with your bone plating, chilling here. As long as you don't fight him, you're still fine. Got nothing up. Good Q.
Nice cannon. And here we go. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, I don't die here though. And he's out of mana. Yeah, that was really bad by me.
Be a little more patient with his engages. It's gonna be tough to crash. Recall's good. This is gonna suck, but nothing you can do about it.
I didn't know what to do there. Should I just recall when the waves meet?
Yeah, you just have to. And if the Nasus plays correctly, the only way out of this is to have your jungler help you.
Yeah, he freezes.
Yeah.
Oh.
This actually doesn't freeze. Especially with this minion. A little bit suicidal. But then what did you do? You started pushing again. The minion was perfectly healthy. You didn't need to Q it.
Should I like do all the minions so that it crashes?
No. Well, you don't want to crush the wave. You don't need to crash the wave because look, alright. If both of you are last hitting, what happens? Right now.
Pushes to me.
Yeah. So why are you in a hurry to crash it?
So that it ends the freeze. I thought it was he froze.
Yeah. So during the game you thought he was gonna freeze, but you're saying you see now that he can't. Am I understanding
Yeah.
correctly? Okay. Because and then you have to consider okay. Because if you're able to recognize during the game that this isn't going to freeze, then you can hold your abilities. But if you think it's going to freeze, and then you use your E and your Q, you're dead. Because you have nothing to get him off of you. And that's probably what happens. You procs your bone plating, you miss Q, use your E. Okay, you live. Oh, please don't walk up. The last thing you want to do is fight him on his side of the lane.
He could have killed me there though. I don't know.
I don't know, it's iffy. Maybe. Without exhaust up, I'm not entirely certain. It'd be close. We also don't have a ward down. Okay, well we'll see how many moves. That's
Yeah, I think Amomo did not gank me a single time here.
yeah.
He
He's
got
probably
really
like, oh,
better
you
when...
can't gank a ward. We'll just ult. I swear that's how they think. Okay, and we're pushing again. Fortunately, he hasn't been stacking well, but he should have been stacking well because you keep giving him free waves to farm. Okay.
Oh
And
yeah,
dead.
here. Oh, I forgot his Abbas guitar. Yeah, I remember that.
Uh, he didn't even need exhaust. I think like it's pretty clear to me that your biggest issue is just wave management. That's like where all the problems are coming from.
Yeah.
This is good. You slow push into a crash, and then hopefully you go and you take a camp. I don't care if it's scuttle or no. Okay. Right. The whole point of this crash, well, I guess there's multiple points. But one, because you slow pushed, it gives you time to go do something.
Yeah.
But this doesn't accomplish anything for multiple reasons. One, okay. So we agree that the wave is going to push back into you, correct?
Yeah.
Alright. If the wave is pushing back into you, why do you need a ward? Because you're going to be under your turret soon.
Oh yeah, but I don't know why I did that.
Yeah. So this ward, it should be occurring during the push, not after the push. It's like if you're going to ward... crap, I went back too far. Alright. So if you're going to ward, it would be like here, when you're actually at risk.
Yeah, that was when Momo was bought, so
Yeah.
I decided to like ward now because he would be coming topside. But
Mm-hmm.
now that you told me that I was about to get pushed in, it sounds a bit
Yeah, you don't need it.
useless.
Yeah. And so you can just hold on to the ward. In some situations, you could look to go deep ward. You could like throw a ward on their Krugs. If you want to do that, that's fine. Just gotta make sure you're not gonna get caught midway through. You do that. You can clear Scuttle. If Scuttle's not up, you can do Gromp. Literally just anything but this, pretty much, because it's not a good use of your time. And then hey, there's a move. What's that?
Oh, yeah, Momo ganked me.
Yeah. And now notice the only reason that this Amumu gank works is because we're walking up and we're hitting minions that are full HP instead of letting it push. And so we're here when we should be here. And there's no way this gank ever works if you're not without your E. and you're chilling here.
I mean, I think I killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, at least you live. We run back. Like, yeah.
Here, I think we don't kill him. And but I was thinking now I have Riftmaker, and oh wait, I do kill him.
I was gonna say
And I
you
was
better
like,
be able to kill him. Yeah.
I had Riftmaker, and I was like, oh, I need to fight him. So I wanted to be very aggressive. So when he came back to lane, I think he had an item. Yeah. So I did not see that and wanted to fight him again. So I think I lost the fight after. Because all I'm thinking is that Riftmaker is such a good item.
Yeah.
Against Nasus.
It is. As long as you're in a good spot. But this is not a good spot. Again, it's like all if you just let him push the wave and then get it stuck here, this is so much easier. But yeah, let's get brute force. You can think of Nasus kind of like fighting a Darius. Where with Darius, it's pretty easy to beat him as long as he can't get his 5 stacks. So you want to avoid that really long fight. It's a similar thing with Nasus, because his ultimate gives him so many stats, and it puts his Q on half cooldown, so he's just spamming you with Qs. So if he's going for this really long fight, he's getting way more value than you are, so you want to keep it to a minimum. Just only fight him for... Like, initially, only fight him when you have your W up and you can block most of his damage. Get him to half HP or so, and then you can look for the all-in.
Okay.
But, yeah, when you just try to brute force like that, it's not going to work. Because his ultimate's just too strong. Fine. Better get that cannon. No! Oh, it's so sad.
It is, yeah.
Crash this wave. We leave.
Yeah, now I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
So I did not know what to do here.
Yeah, you got a little bored. Or confused. Okay. I mean, well, hold on, let me check your goal. 906. Yeah, you could just recall. You can get blasting wand here. But another option is doing what you did is fine. You don't have to do anything particular. You can literally just hover and make sure that Yasuo doesn't die at anything while the wave pushes back into you. That's fine. This I don't really like though, because then you're just taking away from Yasuo. Well,
And she recalled.
but was he going to before you were there?
Oh,
I
don't
think
know.
he recalled because you were going to take the wave, but I could be wrong. Maybe he was going to anyway.
maybe she wants an item or something.
Yeah,
Let's see.
and it's like, okay, so yeah, he would have gotten the item. So yeah, if you see Yasuo's recalling, then sure, you can do this. But I wouldn't just take his wave because you have nothing else.
Oh, I should have been hovering. Just
Yeah, you just like, if you don't have anything to buy from base, which I said you could have gotten blasting wand, but if like, let's say you're, I don't know, like 100 gold or something and you have nothing to buy, then yeah, you can just kind of walk around here and just make sure nobody dies. You have nothing better to do. The wave's here. You can't go to bot wave. There are no camps up. So yeah, in this very specific instance, you can just kind of cover him and make sure nothing happens. Your main focus is in making sure you don't die. And then up. See, now we got a problem. You may not have died, But now you don't have flash for Drake because of this. Even though you could have just hung out under your turret, and then the wave would have pushed into you anyway. Oh no, somebody's got to deal with Nasus.
I can't believe I'm playing this badly. What, like, I when I was like when I'm in game, oh, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm playing really good, but
Yeah.
as I review my games, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Know the feel. So, we got a problem. Teammates ran it down. Unfortunate.
So what I
Now,
do here is just push the wave, right?
yeah. So you push. Even if they didn't die, you would still push here. But then you have to determine, okay, realistically, can we get Dragon? I don't think you can. Because Yasuo and Kai'Sa are going to be late. Kai'Sa's going to be really late. So I think you just don't fight for the Dragon, and you just push top. Now, this play, I don't know what the thought process is here. I guess you're going to Drake?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
But the problem is the recall, if you're gonna fight for Drake, is really late. By the time
Okay.
you finish it, it's 15 seconds till spawn. If you were gonna be recalling, you would have needed to start your recall like here. And this stems from you spending too much time mid lane, and so then you responded to Nasus late, which is how this push ends up really late, but it is what it is. Dragon should be down before you get there, but for whatever reason, Ezreal's here. So maybe a miracle can occur. Almost.
Yeah, almost.
What is this Amumu doing? Wait. Okay, I gotta get into the mind of the Amumu. Ah, he sees the lonely Kai'Sa, even though Moore just threw his EQ over the wall. Hmm. Okay.
I don't argue. Oh, I don't have water.
Yeah. You're playing about as best as you can, considering you don't have R. Yeah, that's fine. And the fight's awful, but you are in a really bad spot. The mistake is going for the dragon, not for how you played the fight. Because you should have known, even from base, that you were going to be too late to the dragon.
So either I recall early or just push the wave in the turret.
So, yeah. If your team wasn't dead, you would recall earlier. But because your team was dead, then how far back did I go? I went.
Yeah, I was thinking like.
Yeah, I went way too far back. I don't know where I went. See, this is different, right? So, okay, yeah. So, yeah. If you're gonna go for Drake, ideally you would be starting recall like 35 seconds before the dragon, either starting a recall or running there. So, assuming your teammates were alive, I would have you leave here right after you kill this cannon. But because they're dead and I don't think you can get the dragon anyway, then you would just continue to push the entire time. Either way, I don't think you should recall, because you want to get as much as you can done while they're on the dragon. But yeah, this isn't going to work. Let's just relay it. Whatever. Now we should be playing around Baron. Kai'Sa clears this, so you can just kind of run here and help them.
I think I went top wave.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but I'd prefer you make sure this goes well and then go run top. It's not like you have to be there immediately because she just cleared the minions. So
Okay.
you've got a little bit of a window, but
I mean, at this point, the game is just lost. Look at the enemy team.
it's maybe winnable. No, I don't think it's completely doomed yet. You got Kaisa Yumi, so you can do a bunch with it. But yeah, here, yeah. So like, again, top wave's fine, but you gotta make sure that the enemy's not getting free stuff because they're crashing a wave and no one's clearing it. You're not gonna miss minions if you go mid because the enemy has super minions. They're gonna slaughter your minions anyway. You're pushing this really far out and losing a ton of minions mid for it. Although admittedly Yasuo should be clearing the mid minions, but since he's not, you want to take it. Have a fight, great. Winnable. Okay. All we gotta do is not this.
Yeah.
You got 3 picks. Sure, Yasuo died. But this is your chance to go Baron.
I mean, I thought Kasha would just come with me, but I guess he wanted to go Baron.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Actually, she wanted Raptors for whatever reason. But,
Oh, okay. Thank you, Kasha.
yeah, KFC. But, otherwise, it's gone Baron. And this fight probably works. It's just not what we wanted, but it works. Okay, we get turret and then what? Run.
I didn't get flustered.
Yeah.
I panicked.
Yeah. Running to Drake. This is good. I don't like how you're running to Drake though. Okay.
What do you mean?
So when you're running to Drake, you want to make sure you can't get caught, which admittedly is kind of impossible with how little vision you have. But you see how you've got 2 teammates here and then you're split over here? I would rather you run with them, and so then if someone shows up, you can at least back them up or they can back you up, whatever. But you're completely separated.
Aren't there like the whole enemy team on bottom? So I can do that.
Where'd they go bottom?
They were doing bottom, so I figured out why just not go in like that. Because I mean there will be nobody to cut me, so to kill me if they're all at bottom.
Oh, they're a Baron. I thought you were saying bottom. Okay. I must have been
Oh,
speeding past them. I didn't notice it.
so that's why.
Okay, yeah, that's fine then. I mean, you don't gain anything extra from going that way, but it's fine. Yeah, if they aren't Baron, then it's correct.
Oh, here. Oh,
Pushing this wave is good, but then our immediate thought should be somebody's not here. So you got to keep that in mind before you start a fight. You really want to just get a pick, and you don't want to have to walk up. Get it? Because yeah, as soon as you walk up into this, it's going to turn into a fight. This is not ideal at all. Yeah. You're going to have to play around vision, unfortunately, because of this inhib being down. So you just like hover these brushes, wait for Nasus to walk in or whatever, and then you all jump on him. But when you go around like this, even here it's fine. You got his flash, you back off, great. You can get his flash, you can use the plant, rush the dragon and leave, no issue. When you continue to try to force the fight because you don't realize you're missing Yasuo, then it turns to a disaster. So that's probably what.
No, I think it's just like we just automatically lose.
Yeah. Okay. So the main things from this were, as I covered a lot, the wave management. When you want to push, let the enemy push you, whichever. Um, a little bit of spacing with you want to use your E or your Q at further range. Like if you're in auto range, you want to auto, and then if they're out of your auto range, then you Q. If they're out of your Q range, then you E, whatever. Like you should be trying to maximize how long you can stick to a target.
All right.
Because that was like when you were level 2 or whatever. Um, but so there's that, the wave management, the what we just covered, where you got to look where your teammates are before you go into a fight, and then I think those are the main ones. Oh, we covered like warding, window.
Yeah, when I push the wave, I go
Yeah.
take some camps or go for a deep ward or something.